nouns. Now, this sentence, Nagesh, mute yourself. This sentence you can easily call complex sentence. Why? Because the subordinate clause occurs at a sentence level. What do I do to answer comes the whole section, and I identify it with some SVOCA label. I identified that subordinate clause with some SVOCA label, and that is why you can safely call this as a complex sentence. But in case of relative clause, even though it is a subordinate clause, it does not make a simple sentence. Remember my words. Even though it is a subordinate clause, it does not make a complex sentence. Why? Because it occurs only at a phrase level, not at a sentence level. Here, the subordinate clause occurs at a sentence level, and we identify it with some SVOCA, at least that labeling. We identify it as some clause element, right? So you can safely call it. Now, but now the relative clause that I am using here, look at now. S, D. What do I do? What do I do? Answer comes to me, who? The man who is standing there. Right. So I identify it as an object. But this is an entity where there is a headword man, pre-modification the. And in the post modification, we have the relative clause, relating the clause information to the head word. So the subordinate clause is not identified with separate level, it's a part of this NP. That's why I call this sentence as a simple sentence and I call this sentence as a complex sentence. But here the subordinate clause is identified with label separately as O. But this O is NP. Even though there is a subordinate clause, the clause occurs at a phrase level, not at a sentence level. So only when the subordinate clause occurs at a sentence level, you can call it a complex sentence. But when the subordinate clause occurs at a phrase level, it is not a complex sentence. Am I clear?
Yes.
Right. I hope my argument has reached you. Has my argument reached you? So
Yes, sir.
many a times, many teachers I quarreled with, many teachers I have quarreled with on this issue, that according to the definition, it's okay that when there is a subordinate clause, the sentence becomes a complex sentence. But my argument is, and based on this definition, they say that, well, as this is a subordinate clause, we shall call this as a complex sentence. No, no. My argument was, if a clause occurs at a sentence level, then it's a complex sentence. But if the clause, subordinate clause occurs at a phrase level, you cannot call it a complex sentence. It's a part of a phrase, and the phrase is identified as with SVOCA level. Clear? Now let us turn to relative clause, which I have already discussed. Once again, if I repeat, relative clause, though it is a subordinate clause, it functions only as a post modifier of an NN. Now, what is that relative clause? A clause which relates the clause information to the head word, the antecedent. Definitional wise, if I go, a relative clause is the one which is introduced with relative pronoun. Now, what are the relative pronouns? Who, whose, whom, Right. Then we have when, where, why. Right. Then we have which, and we have that. Okay. Now these relative pronouns, the clause introduced with these relative pronouns, the head word must be animate. The clause introduced with which, a relative clause introduced with which the head word which comes before it will be inanimate. These are what relative adverbs. These are what we call relative adverbs. In animate means subject, relative clause, head word must be neutral. These are the relative adverbs, and in other adverb must be time, place, reason. For example, the reason why I scolded him. The reason why I scolded him is an NP wherein the head word is reason, and in the post modification, why I scolded him is a relative clause. Got it? Same way, the time when we met, the place where he lives. Head word must be this. But here, the head word must be anything animate, such as head word must be anything inanimate, lives. That is a relative pronoun which can go with animate as well as inanimate. Right. The man that you saw yesterday, acceptable. The book that you gave me. Now the man is animate, the book is inanimate. So in that case, that is a relative clause, relative pronoun. Now that will be confusing because we have already that noun clause, right? We have already that noun clause. Relative clause also can be introduced with that, but that will be only as a post modifier, not at a sentence level. Okay. Then there are types of relative clauses we said. Defining or restricting relative clause. Defining or restrictive relative clause and non-defining or non-restrictive. Now, what's the difference? This is without comma. Defining relative clause defines, specifies the head word as such, which one it answers. It simply answers the question like which one. So the moment you talk about which one, you are specifying, you are defining, right? But non-defining is without comma, with comma. Non-defining relative clause is with commas, and it does not specify, it does not define, it gives additional information. It gives additional information about the head word. It does not specify. Last time I had given you an example like this. John's wife who lives in London has arrived. Now what is that? John's wife who lives in London is subject NP, where wife wife is a head word. John's is, yes, what is John's? If wife is a head word, what shall we call John's? NP structure. Forgot. Yes. What do we call that? John's. NP within NP. Overall NP is John's wife who lives in London. This is the head word. This is what post modification. In pre-modification, there is another NP. That is what you call NP in genitive case. Right. Now, this relative clause is not separated with commas. Right? So it is without comma. Here. Comma का visible to you. Subject portion is same. S, that is an NP. Wherein wife is the head word. Pre-modification is NP in genitive case. Post-modification is a relative clause, but the relative clause is separated by commas. Function is same, relating the information to the head word part. But only because of the type of relative clause, there is a vital difference of meaning. Now, what does the problem handles? As this is a defining relative clause, it defines the head word. It answers the question, which one? Right. So the sentence meaning here is John may have 3-4 wives. John may have 3-4 wives. One who lives in London, second maybe in Paris, third maybe in New York. The sentence says the one who is in London. So it is specifying which one. But here it gives additional information. So this sentence simply means John has only one wife and she lives in London. But first sentence, John has many wives. The one who lives in London has arrived, not the other one. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now these are the two types. I already told you. There is one more type of relative clause. There is one more type of relative clause called sentential relative clause. Sentential relative clause. Now, the speciality of this is that it does not refer to or it does not come as a post modifier. It refers to the whole sentence which comes before that relative clause. That's why it is sentential. Now, the speciality of this is sentential relative clause will be always at the end. So, some sentence is before, after that there is the relative clause to which the whole sentence is referring. Another speciality of this is it is always introduced with which as a relative pronoun. For example, this is the sentence. She accepted his proposal is a sentence to which now I am going to add a sentential relative clause, and that will be introduced. She accepted his proposal, which is really surprising. So this as a relative clause refers to the whole sentence, relates to the whole sentence information. It is always introduced with which, right? Now look at the trick. Look at the trick. If there is no comma, what will happen? Am I clear? Which is really surprising, as a sentential relative clause relates itself to the whole sentence that she accepted his proposal. That is why you call it sentential relative clause, and there is a comma. Now imagine if there is no comma. If there is no comma, what will happen? What will happen? This, well, she accepted his proposal, which is a surprising object NP, and in the post modification, a relative clause referring to proposal only. So the sentence meaning will change. The overall sentence meaning will change. त्याचा अर्थ असा होईल की proposal surprising होतं की जे तिनं accept केलं, पण with commas, with comma if I तिने त्याचं proposal accept केलं, that total information surprising आहे. Getting it? Getting it?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So there was a Nana Patekar movie. There was a Nana Patekar movie, Yashwant, and there was one dialogue, I think a dialogue or a song. Chala ek machhar aadmi ko hijda bana deta, or something like that. Same way here. Chala ek comma meaning बिगाड़ देता. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what third type, minor type, sentential relative clause. Now, adverb clause. Adverb clauses. The next type of subordinate clause. We talked about noun clause, types of that, 5 types of that. What are that? That noun clause, WH interrogative noun clause, yes no interrogative noun clause, ing participle noun clause, and to infinitive noun clause. 5 types of noun clauses. Relative clause as a post modifier of an NP, only coming at the phrase level. There could be 2 possibilities if the post modification function is defining relative clause, non-defining relative clause. And the minor type of relative clause is sentential relative clause. Now the third type is adverb clause. Now we already discussed that adverb in a sentence provides us some circumstantial information. That circumstantial information may be about time, place, manner, reason, result, condition, concession, etc. Right. And accordingly, we have then adverb clause types. Adverb clause types. So first type, adverb clause of time. Adverb clause of time. What will be the conjunctions? What will be the conjunctions for adverb clause of time? Yes. What will be the conjunctions for adverb clause of time? One is, write down, when. When. Then, before. After. Since. Don't write since is confusing, because since also can be used for some other adverb clause of maybe reason, I think. Since will be for reason also. So don't get confused. When, before, after, and till until, till, until. These are the conjunctions with which adverb clause of time shall be introduced. Can somebody make an example? Can somebody give an example using these conjunctions? For example, this is my main clause. Students should join the class before the teacher arrives. Students should join the class, main clause. Before the teacher arrives is a subordinate clause. Now look at that. Overall complex sentence analysis will be students as a subject and we should join as a VP. Should join what? The class. So what position use the object and we add. If I ask, when should student join? The answer will be the whole thing. But this is not a phrase because there is a conjunction, there is a subject NP and verb to. So a subordinate clause which is identified with a label A and that is subordinate clause. Adverb clause of time. Adverb clause of time. Right? Any other example? After, can you make use of? Make a sentence using after. Nobody? Huh? Make a sentence, complex sentence using after as a conjunction. Yes. Is it difficult?
सर ट्राई करते.
हाँ, करो.
She going to the room after the lunch.
That's right. She went. She is going. It's okay. She is going to the room after the lunch. Right? But after the lunch, is it a clause or a phrase? Look at now. We will go with present perfect. She has gone to her room. She has gone to her room after the lunch. Now, is it a complex sentence? Shake. Is it a complex sentence? No. Why? She as a subject has gone as a verb, her room as a prepositional phrase, and after her lunch is also a prepositional phrase. Where after is a preposition, after lunch as an NP. So it is a phrase. Phrase cannot make it a complex sentence. You need to have a clause. That means to say there is a conjunction, there is a subject, and there is a verb. Clear? You tried well.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
tried
sir.
well, no doubt. But understand, complex sentence should consist of a subordinate clause, not a phrase. So let us make it. Let us make it. After she has gone to her room after finishing her lunch. Now what I have done is non-finite subordinate clause of time. Finishing her lunch. Non-finite adverb clause of time. Okay, let us make it final. She has gone to her room after she has finished her lunch. Now this is finite. Adverb clause of time, finite. Where after the conjunction, she as a subject has finished her verb, her lunch, then out. So there must be some clause elements. It could be finite, it could be non-finite as well. Right? Now the third type you must remember. Finite subordinate clause, non-finite subordinate clause, फॉर्म नुसार ज्यावेळी आम्ही क्लासिफिकेशन करतो त्यावेळी तिसरा एक सांगितला होता verbless. Look at this now. When in doubt, you should consult your teacher. Now there in this example, you should consult your teacher is our main clause, which has you as a subject, should consult as a verb, your teacher as an object, a main clause. But this is a subordinate clause, subordinate adverb clause of time, which has a conjunction. There is no subject. There is no verb at all. Finite, non-finite, कसलाच verb नाही. But there is an adverb, prepositional phrase. Adverbial. मग subject नाही, verb नाही, पण काहीतरी clause element आहे आणि conjunction आहे. That's why it is a subordinate clause. And as there is no verb element, form सांगत असताना मी म्हणालो की when you are studying clauses by the form, you focus on the nature of VP. If it is a finite, the VP or the subordinate clause must have a complete VP. If it is a non-finite subordinate clause, ing participle, to infinitive or en participle without auxiliary, that will be non-finite. But the third type, where there is no verb element at all, that will be a verbless clause. So this example, when in doubt, is an adverb clause of time which is verbless. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next.
Yes, sir.
Next time. Adverb clause of place. Adverb clause of place. Conjunctions are only two. Write them. Where and wherever. Conjunctions are only two. Write them somewhere. Where and wherever. Can you make a sentence? Like this. I kept the book where nobody can find it. I kept the book where nobody can find it. Our main clause is I kept the book, and the subordinate clause is where nobody can find it. S, V, and this is all A, which is a subordinate clause where there is a conjunction, nobody as a subject, can find as a verb, and it as a noun. That's why it is a subordinate clause, adverb clause of place. Wherever, for example, my dog follows me wherever I go. My dog follows me wherever I go. I'm using it present tense. It can be any tense. For example, my dog follows me wherever I go. Right? So there is an adverb clause of place. Marked by S, D, O, A, which is a subordinate clause, conjunction, subject, verb. Clear? There are only two conjunctions there. Adverb clause of place, where, wherever. Third, third is adverb clause of man. Adverb clause of man. Which question it will answer? Which question it will answer? How? Right. It will answer how. Time will answer when. Place will answer where. Same way, adverb clause of manner shall answer the question how. Conjunctions are read that so, exactly as, just as. So, exactly as, and just as. Can somebody make a sentence? Can you make a sentence? Choosing any conjunction I have given. Yes.
I have pen exactly as you have.
Come again. Can you repeat? Repeat. Yes, repeat it. Your voice is not reaching. Okay. There is a saying in English that as you sow, SOW, so you reap. मराठीत देखील अशी काहीतरी म्हण आहे. जसं पेराल तसं उगवेल. Meaning of this. मग जसं is an adverb clause of man. Right? You should do the work exactly as I told you. You should do the work exactly as I told you. How should you do the work? Answer comes. That's why Adverb clause of manner should answer the question how. Right. Instead of this exactly as, would be just as. You should do the work just as I told you. How should you do the work? Just as I told you. So all these three are adverb clause of man. Next time. Adverb clause of reason. Adverb clause of reason. Conjunctions are because, our favorite conjunction I think, because and काही विचारलं की आम्हाला reason लगेच ready असतं आमचं आणि because is the favorite conjunction. Okay, conjunction is because, as, and since. As and since, three conjunctions. Which question it will answer? Like manner answers how. Which question this will answer? Why. It will answer the question why. हे clues देतोय तुम्हाला clause type identify करण्यासाठी. Manner question will answer how. Reason question will be why. Can you make a sentence? Because. Make a sentence using because.
I read because I like reading.
Okay, I read because I like reading. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, try. And I don't think at third year level it should be difficult. It should not be difficult as. Okay. As a required some help, I reached his home. I reached his home is a main clause. Why I reached his home? Answer is this one. So this is A, subordinate clause. S, B. Well, what shall you call it? S, B. His home will be. His home will be. Make SPOC. Okay. His home answer मिळवण्यासाठी काय प्रश्न विचारणार आम्ही? What न उत्तर येईल? His home. Home न उत्तर येईल? His home. No. So what question you will ask to get the answer his home? Come on, people, participate. And after participating, you will learn a lot. And teaching, learning, I always believe, it's not a one-sided love affair. To get the answer his home, I'll ask the question like where. Where question gives me adverb. Here we have conjunction, subject, verb, object. So adverb clause of reason functioning as A or adverb. Same way, since. Same way, because. Because he required some help, I reached his home. Since he required some help, I reached his home. Any such sentence. Next time, is purpose. Purpose. Reason and purpose मध्ये not much difference. Not much difference. Same question we'll ask what? Conjunctions will be so, in order that, so that. Got it? So, in order that, and so that. Make a sentence. Make a sentence. So, in order that. Or so that. We spend our mobile data in order that we can learn something, or so we can learn something, or so that we can learn something. I hope the sentence is true. Shall I hope? Shall I hope the sentence is true? दररोज उठून 400-500 MB दररोज उठून 400-500 MB डेटा खर्च करतो आम्ही. तोच डेटा आम्ही आमच्या व्हॉट्सअप, फेसबुक ला वापरू शकतो. So we spend our mobile data Why do we spend our mobile data? Answer will be that subordinate clause. So adverb clause of purpose. Next is result. Adverb clause of result. Only two conjunctions again. So that, and only that. So that, and only that. Two sentences. Listen. We played very well that we won the match. Right? Or we played so well that we won the match. Now, whatever action the main clause tells, whatever action the main clause talks about, the result of that is in subordinate clause. For example, she ran so fast that she lost her breath. The reason, whatever action is here, the result of that in the subordinate clause. Clear? Next time, adverb clause of condition. Adverb clause of condition. There are only two conjunctions: if, unless. If and unless. So, if you study well, you will pass. To have this, this is the condition. A होना चाहिए की condition. Right? That's why adverb clause of. Now, unless you study well, that will be negative. You will not pass. Unless you study well, you will not pass. Or if you study well, you will pass. Now, unless means if not. Unless means if not. Now, I hope two sentences, or shall I write separately? Unless you study well, you will not pass. First one is, if you study well, you will pass. This portion is conditioned for this. Right. Got it. Now look at this. This is negative. If not, that's why this is negative. So negative is a balance. Negative is a balance. Same way, positive is a balance. You cannot have something like one part positive or the part negative. No. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, the last adverb clause type. Adverb clause of concession. Adverb clause of concession. Conjunctions are though, although. Though, although. शेवटच्या ऍडवर्ब क्लॉजच्या वेळी तरी कमीत कमी एखाद दुसरं सेंटेन्स बनवा, तेवढी तर अपेक्षा पूर्ण होऊ द्या माझी. Though, although. Anybody? Is it so difficult? Though, although. Though he was hungry, he did not beg. Though he was hungry, he did not beg. Although he had run fast, he lost the race. Although he had run fast, he lost the race. Clear? So these are what the adverb clause types. Some 7 to 8 are there. Adverb clause of time, adverb clause of place, adverb clause of manner, reason, result, condition, concession, and purpose. Right? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
So tomorrow, tomorrow is a Friday, no weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday I doubt college will be open or not. Tomorrow we'll practice some sentences, complex sentence analysis, form and meaning. Right?
All right, sir.
Okay. See you tomorrow then.